Hey there, Virgo, and welcome back to Unicorn Tarot for your monthly reading. This is going to be a reading for the month of May, and we're going to take a look at your past, present, and near future energies. Also, Virgo, if this reading resonates and you want to book a personal reading, all the information about how to do that is in the description box below. And of course, if you enjoy what I do, please consider buying me a cup of coffee. Donation link is below in the description box, and every amount is greatly appreciated. Okay, what's up with the strength and the... Oh, okay, because there's love, obviously. Okay, that makes sense. Why is that love difficult for you to deal with, Virgo? I don't know, but it seems to be. Now again, Virgo, I'm going to say you because this is your reading. This may also be your person's energy, so take it as it resonates. All right. The main energy for your reading this month is the Page of Swords. There's a lot of what ifs going on in your mind. You questioning things, you doubting things, you almost trying to test yourself to see like, well, is this what I think it is? In the recent past, you get the Strength, the Lovers, and the Ten of Cups. There's a deep connection here. It is very deep. It is very beautiful. It's your higher self and somebody else's higher self coming into play here. And this connection makes you very happy. The Ten of Cups is one of the happiest cards in the entire tarot deck. So you are very, very happy. And what you're doing is sitting here and looking at it and being like, oh, this is so difficult for me. This is so difficult for me to feel this love, to feel this happiness. Now, we're going to see exactly why. I don't know why yet. We'll see when we clarify. Now, in the current situation, you get the Nine of Pentacles, the Chariot, and the Four of Pentacles. You're focusing on yourself. You're doing your own thing, right? But you're doing it with an element or an energy of stubbornly focusing on myself. You're kind of like, look, I need to focus on my needs, my desires, my stability. But you're doing it almost as if like to prove a point. So I don't know exactly what this is. We're going to clarify and see in a minute. In the near future, you get the Eight of Swords, the Fool, and the Ace of Swords. You want a new beginning here. You want to start from scratch. It's like you literally want to wave a magic wand, start from zero, start over with the most positive, beautiful energies. You're crystal clear on that. Like you know that this is what you want, but for some reason, you can't get out of your own head. You somehow in the near future have created this like mental prison for yourself with all your doubts, your fears, your insecurities, like really catastrophizing the situation. And I don't know why. I don't know why this is coming into play for you. So let's see. I'm going to start off by clarifying the Page of Swords, which is the main energy for your reading this month. Page of Swords is clarified by the Nine of Swords, the Judgment, and the Justice. Here's the thing. The reason you keep questioning and doubting and asking all these what-if scenarios to yourself in your head is because you're stressed out. You are really, really stressed out. There's a decision here that you need to make, either to pursue something, to not pursue something, to do something, to not do something, and you just cannot get out of your own head. Here's the thing, though. Whatever action, like whatever decision you make, it will be the right one. And I know that sounds super cliche, but you're sitting here stressing out about like, which road should I take? Should I do this? Should I go here? Should I go there? It doesn't matter. Whichever one you pick, whichever road you pick, that will be the right road. The universe is literally showing me like, you can't pick wrong here. But for some reason, you seem to think there's a right and a wrong, a yes and a no. And the universe is like, no, there isn't. Just pick one. It'll be the right one. I promise. Okay, let's take a look at the recent past. I want to clarify the strength for you in the recent past. The strength is clarified by the Three of Swords, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Five of Swords. There's a little bit of emotional pain that you're dealing with here in the recent past. Now, this could be pain from recently, or this could be pain from the past. I don't know. But I do feel like this pain keeps coming up over and over and over again for some reason in like different ways, different increments. Like it's not unfamiliar to you. It's almost cyclical, right? And you're showing me like it's so difficult for me. It's so difficult for me to deal with it. But I don't think it's as difficult as you think. I think it's kind of like the boogeyman in the closet, right? Like you imagine like you hear like a little rustling from your closet and you think that it's like a monster. It's this huge, terrible thing. You're psyching yourself out and then you just ignore it and the noise goes away. And then you hear the noise again and you're like, oh my God, it's back again, right? But then you open the closet and you realize that it's just like your cat or something in there. Basically what I'm saying is this pain that you're looking at, that you kind of don't want to look at, that you're trying to ignore, you make it a bigger deal than it is in the recent past. It's like you're psyching yourself out like, it's going to be so hard. It's going to be so difficult to deal with this. And it is, right? Like emotional pain is never fun to deal with, but it's not going to be as difficult to deal with it as you think. And the more you ignore it, like you keep thinking like, oh, if I ignore it, it'll just go away. It won't, but it's also not as difficult to deal with as you seem to think here in the recent past. Let's take a look at the lovers in the recent past for you. The lovers is clarified by the Fool, which you get in the same row in the near future, the Hermit, which is your sign, and the Ace of Wands. You want a new beginning here. Plain simple. You want to wipe the slate clean. You want to start from scratch, start over. You want a new beginning in this very, very deep, very beautiful soul connection. Like you are crystal clear on whatever this is. You want to rekindle this. You want to bring this back. You want to have a new start. And this is the deep connection. This truly is. And what I do see here is you essentially like wanting to completely eliminate all the difficult energies, all the painful energies, all the hardship, really starting from scratch with only the best energies under your belt. I like it. I like it. What I don't see though, Virgo, and I will say this, I don't see any action. I see a desire, but I don't see you actually doing anything to make it happen. Let's take a look at the Ten of Cups in the recent past for you. Ten of Cups is clarified by the Six of Swords, the Eight of Swords, which you get again in the near future, and the Strength, which you got in the same row in the recent past. Look, it would make you so happy, literally so happy to be able to walk away from these difficult energies, from the pain, right? What you're telling yourself is it's going to be so difficult for me to deal with this pain. So it's easier for me to just ignore it. The problem is if you ignore it, you can't walk away from it, right? It's like a backpack. You can pretend like the backpack's not on your back, but it's still there. In order for you to truly offload this backpack and get rid of it, you have to deal with it. But that's too difficult. That's too painful. That's too hard. Again, I don't think it is. You're just hyping yourself up with all your fears and your insecurities that it's gonna be this difficult. It's gonna be this hard. It's gonna be this cumbersome. It's not. And I feel like you're gonna come to that realization in the near future because we see the Eight of Swords again. But at least in the recent past, like the desire to move away from this pain, to, get rid of this pain is there. I think you're just so scared because in your mind, you've built this up to be something way worse than it actually is. Let's take a look at the current situation. I'll clarify the Nine of Pentacles for you. The Nine of Pentacles is clarified by the Emperor, the Tower, and the Death. You're focusing on yourself because essentially you're showing me this ending, right? It was devastating for me. Whatever ended, whatever, didn't work out, it was difficult, it was painful, it was devastating, it was earth-shattering in like the worst possible way. So what do I do instead of dealing with the pain? I start essentially pretending like I don't feel the pain, like nothing bothers me, like nothing phases me, right? If I focus on myself, if I'm in control of myself, if I'm able to control, me, myself, and I, my environment, my surroundings, then I can also control how much pain I feel. And essentially, I'll be able to deal with it in like very, very small doses. Because this ending, whatever did end for you, was very surprising. It was earth-shattering. It came out of nowhere, right? And it was very destabilizing. What you don't realize, Virgo, is that this was out of your control. Whatever ended, it's out of your control. And this attempt that you're showing me in the current situation to like control the feeling, control the pain, control the situation, control whatever, it's a false sense of security. But you have it in your head like, oh, if I just focus on myself and I can control myself, I can control everything within myself, including the feelings, including the pain. Let's take a look at the Chariot in the current situation. Chariot is clarified by the Page of Pentacles, the Four of Pentacles, which you get again in the current situation, and the Hanged Man. You want to move past this. You truly do. Like, if it was up to you, you would just, like, gun it. 0 to 100 real quick, get past it, work past it. Like, literally, like, just send me through the fire. I just want to get burned very, very quickly instead of having to like draw this out, right? So imagine like if you were able to like condense all the pain, all the agony into like 2 seconds, you would do that. It would be excruciating, but you would rather deal with that in that 2 seconds and it be done than you having to draw it out for like dealing with this for a week, a month, whatever. Obviously, divine timing doesn't work that way, right? The healing process doesn't work that way. Getting through emotional pain does not work that way. And so you're showing me, oh, it doesn't work that way. I can't speed up the process, so I'm just not going to do anything. I'm just going to stay put. And you're aware of that. You're aware of the fact that, like, you know, it's either all or nothing for you. Either I can get through this pain in like 2 seconds or I'm just not going to look at it at all. But when you're not looking at it at all, what you're doing is keeping yourself frozen. You're keeping yourself stuck, right? Not looking at the pain, but also not getting through the pain. So it's like standing in place with this very, very heavy backpack on you. You're not offloading the backpack, but you also don't have to take steps in order to deal with the pain of this backpack on your back. You're just kind of standing in place, which seems to be kind of what you choose to do in the current situation. Let's take a look at the Four of Pentacles in the current... Ooh. Four of Pentacles is clarified by the Knight of Cups, Eight of Wands, King of Cups. What you want to do, right? Here's the thing. When you go through this pain, when you work through the pain, at the other end of it, there's love. There's a connection. There's this new beginning that you want, right? You know this. However, in order to get to the love, you have to go through the pain. But remember, you don't want to go through the slow process of the pain. You want it to speed up. You want to just be done with it right away. And so you're showing me, I want to be done with it right away, but I'm not taking any action because obviously I can't speed up the process, but I still have love. And I feel like you've either communicated this to yourself, you've let the other person know. I don't really know, but I feel like you know what I'm talking about when I say like they know. The love knows. The person that is the recipient of this love knows. So whether you've communicated it to them, you've communicated it to yourself, I don't know, right? You're not letting go of this love though. You're not working through the pain in order to get to the love, but you're also not giving up on the love either. Let me know in the comments if this makes sense to you, Virgo. For some reason, I feel like you guys know what I'm talking about, whether this is you or your person. Even though I know the words that I'm saying, you're kind of like, what the heck? It doesn't make sense. To me, it doesn't make sense, but I feel like for you, it does for some reason. Let's take a look at the near future. I'm going to clarify the Eight of Swords. Eight of Swords is clarified by the Moon, the Nine of Pentacles, and the Star. Yeah, again, and you get the Nine of Pentacles in the same row in the current situation. You're focused on yourself. You are. You're focused on yourself. You're doing your own thing, right? But I do see you. What you don't realize is that by focusing on yourself, you are still suppressing this pain. And you're showing me like, I do want to heal from the past. I do want to move towards a more hopeful future. You think that by focusing on yourself and prioritizing your needs and all of that, that you're going to get to that healing from the past, moving towards a hopeful future. What you don't realize is that by focusing on yourself, right, and ignoring the pain and not working through the pain, the backpack is still there. So you can literally walk as much as you want. You can focus on yourself as much as you want. You have to dig through that backpack in order to offload it. You don't see that though. You don't realize that quite yet. At least not in the near future. Let's take a look at the Fool in the near future for you. Fool is clarified by the Empress, Five of Pentacles, and the Queen of Wands. You have a person, and when you look at this person, they are like your ideal person. They were created for you, right? And you want a new beginning with them. There was a separation. There was a loss. So I don't feel like this person is in your life. Or if they are, you guys are not on like the best of terms. You want to have a new beginning with this person. You want to completely wipe the slate clean to have a brand new beginning with this person. But again, Virgo, you're not seeing, like for some reason, it's like I'm talking to two different Virgos. You don't recognize you have a backpack of pain on you, right? Emotional pain. Now, in order to get to the love, in order to get to this new beginning with this person, you need to get rid of the backpack. And you want to get rid of the backpack, but you don't want to look through the backpack. You can't just rip the backpack off, right? You have to go through it to find the key to release the lock. You don't want to go through that backpack because it takes too long, because it's too difficult, right? It's not as difficult as you think it is, but you've managed to build this up in your head. And you're showing me like, I want my person, I want this love. And I'm like, okay, but you have to go through the backpack. Okay, I'll go through the backpack in 2 seconds. It doesn't work that way. You're not going to find the key in 2 seconds. It's going to take you longer. Okay, then I'm not going to do anything. Okay, then you're not going to get the love. Okay, but I still want the love. Do you see the how this is not adding up? Do you understand what I'm talking about? It's like, now again, I don't know if this is you or your person, but whoever this is, it's like, they want the cake, they want the love, they don't understand that they have to go through the backpack to get the love, and it doesn't work on their terms. Let's take a look at the Ace of Swords in the near future for you. Ace of Swords is clarified by the Lovers, the Two of Pentacles, the Eight of Cups. Yeah, you keep bouncing back and forth between the love, I love this, I want this new beginning, I want this person. Oh, but I can't have them. Okay, then I don't want them. I'm going to disconnect. I'm going to detach, right? You keep bouncing back and forth. You understand why you can't have them. Again, you have to go through the backpack, but you don't want to, at least at this point. And so you're kind of like, well, I want the love. No, Virgo, you can't have the love without the backpack. Okay, then I don't want them at all. Give it a day. Okay, but I want them again, right? You keep flip-flopping back and forth. Which I can only imagine is also very frustrating for you to like go back and forth between these energies. Okay, let's see what the universe wants you to keep in mind this month, Virgo. From the universe, you get the Knight of Swords, the Tower, the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah, you essentially want to work through this very, very difficult energy. You do. You want it to happen quickly. This is 0 to 100 in like a second. This is 0 to 100 in 25 years. Completely opposite energies. This is how long it takes to work through the pain. This is how long you want it to take. Divine timing doesn't work on your time, Virgo. Sorry to break it to you. So Virgo, that is what I have for you. I hope this reading resonated and gave you clarity. If it did, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe, and I'll see you here on the next one.